And now the second part of the lesson. First of all, I copy this schedule in the local version of the production project, substituting the previous one. Now I run the project without interruptions, as an example, for 20 times, with new factories and disappearing factories. Directly is a unique screen starting from the terminal. We have to start from the main root of the project. So change directory to go where? To go here at the end of this path. This is not a magic of Mac. All the systems are able in copying path from the Windows to the terminal. It is simplifying a lot life, because writing users PT, desktop, and so on, you always make errors. Not UPython, but Python. In our case, Python 3. Starting not I run shell, but run shell.py. My system is proposing me to use my oligopoly local folder where I am developing my project. I reply no. So what project do you want? Production. Starting with a seed, a random seed, I don't know it. How many times? 20. And now verbose no, and you see the effect. The network is changing under our eyes as a movie, because the Windows is continuously updated as new factories are entering and other ones are disappearing. Okay? Stop. Too much time, so no more recipes, so no more links. But in the beginning, if we look again, we had the links created by the recipes. Do you confirm? No. Production. Another seed, 10 times only, and you see, okay? As factories are deleted, their links disappear. At the end, too much deletions, and all new factories without the links. Okay? Simple. Simple. Not so simple, but anyway, simple. We move to conclude. To continue reasoning about network agents, also for the essay, this is a suggestion for the essay. Have a look to this nice paper of Professor Gilbert with another PhD student. The journal is JASS, Journal of Artificial Societies and Social Simulation. It has a very high impact factor. It assures you, if you want to publish there, a 2-month process of review, so quite quick. Some journal is, you are waiting for 1 year to have a reply. It's frustrating, because you don't know if the reply will be accepted. Impossible. Modify. Very nice. Modify and resubmit. Anyway, good. Or rejected after 1 year. Here the cycle is max 2 months. If the reviewers are fighting internally, if the reviewer agree immediately, close to 1 month.
You don't have to pay a subscription.
You have not to pay.
All free.
Completely free, both to publish and to read. But to publish, you receive a letter. Your paper has been accepted. So before you have the acceptation. If you have public funds devoted to publications, please help us. Because it is a free, voluntary work. But I am a part of the journal. We have to pay both the server and the secretary. So if the researcher has no funds, no problem. The paper will be published. It is a pro bono position. If sometimes someone is a liar, we will discover. But normally, we are no liars. And anyway, it's not a huge price, $100 or something like that. We have no paper expenses, so this is not published on paper. It is uniquely online to cut a lot the expenses. Social circles a simple structure for agent-based social network models. If you look at the beginning of the abstract, none of the standard network models fit well with sociological observation of real social networks. This is the starting point. We have to generate network coming from our agents, and here we have a lot of hypotheses on how agents are interacting, their space of interaction. As an example, these are intersection of sets of the different agents. So pay attention to it.
One question. When it says about, if I don't remember, sociological properties, it means that if they impose structure conditions on the networks.
To the agents.
Not on the emerging
networks. No, the emerging network is coming from the hypothesis that they put into the agents. The network has to be the hypothesis.
No hypothesis on the
limited
resulting
with schemes like this. This is a part of the generation of the network. And then the final result will be the discovery. What is happening if I never interact with people with glasses? I don't know why. But with Nicholas, with you, we will interact. So I have a rule and exceptions. Interesting.
That depends on decision making model rules for the agent. It depends on how you model the decision making process.
As the case of the factors, it's the same. Close to the same. This is the feeling of the story. This is the key point. Then this paper is quoting also the other one, more traditional. You remember we saw always from Nigel this other paper, and this is more traditional, but have a look to both for your final work, if you want. How the agent make decisions. This is very difficult. I repeat, I guess if I remember, I already told you this discussion in a meeting, in a congress. I was showing an example of mine with the agent to learn to modify their reciprocal position. I don't told them to stay close, to stay alone, but I create rules and they move. They learn how to move. A colleague of mine, a psychologist, asked me why they do that. because I ordered them to do so. Not interested. She was right. We have to try to understand why the agents are doing an action. From the psychological point of view, it's not easy, absolutely not easy. But as we add this kind of layer in our model, it's not my job. I am not a psychologist. And when I concluded my studies in economics and started to make research, I was very young in this building, 100 years ago. Anyway, close to 50 years ago, dramatic time, my professor told me, don't interact with psychologists, it's not interesting. 3 Nobel Prizes. Okay. Never make.
Before the Kahneman adversity.
Not before, but the first was Simon. Simon was a psychologist, a computer scientist and a psychologist. Then Kahneman, unfortunately, Tversky dead before the prize, and now Thaler. Thaler, the last Nobel Prize is again a psychologist. Wonderful. Anyway, if you will work in the field of agents, you are not supposed to become psychologists, but to interact with them. Interdisciplinarity is not a role in which an economist is trying to be a sociologist, or vice versa. It's the work in which they interact, each one with the competencies, also modifying ideas, also studying the paper of the other field, but with a robust content of the profession of each one. And I use the term profession exactly because I want to explain that the job of researchers is always stronger if she or he has a professional engagement. Oh, stop with this. This is the offer of a prize. The prize always with cookies, as you know. If someone of you is regenerating this collection of examples to run with the new version of Matplotlib. It does not work. It is online. They are not maintaining it. The file are of 2016, and they are not working. This is terrible. When you see a website where the last version is March or something like that, of the previous year, not good. Because libraries are changing continuously. And if you don't adapt, it is no more working with strange messages. This part is missing, this part is missing. No part is missing, is the effect of the libraries. PyYCX means Python complexity. So it is very nice, but it does not work. Now we are close to the conclusion. And as you have done now, I ask you to discuss. But before discussing, again, do not forget this site, okay? And I want to show you a useful link for addresses. This link is coming from my university regular course in the master degree of physics for complex system here in Torino, where my course is about econophysics. Econophysics is a job for a professor of physics because one pillar of econophysics is statistical mechanics applied to economics. But the other pillar is agent-based model. So there I will only develop the part about agent-based model. And sorry. And at the end of each year, the students have this map. We start with a white sheet. And in each lesson, I add the boxes and the links. This is a conceptual map under each box you have links or papers or PowerPoint sheets, or I don't know. And as an example, econophysics requires programming capabilities. Programming capabilities are related to artificial neural networks. R is used also for artificial neural network. Programming capability using Python, sure. R, NumPy, IPython, Pandas, maybe Julia, maybe Gamma and Jade. Gamma and Jade are coming from multi-agent systems. They are produced by computer scientists. Gamma is quite easy to be used. The unique problem is that it is missing of documentation. So a lot of work is possible, but my students are very able in doing that. The main part of the job is keeping an existing example and modifying it. Sometimes they are obscure parts. If you do not have a document, but there is always online someone helping you. The work of that is very close. Jade is very well documented, but it's terrifying difficult. And it is a product of Torino, Jade, used in the world. Because in Torino, we had, a lot of years ago now, a wonderful research center for telecommunications. When the Italian company was a very strong one, in Torino they had the CSELTX research center where big interesting thing. So file for audio in MP3 has been filed. They born here in Torino. And with their international research team, because they were 1,500 researchers, so a huge research center with people from around the world. Now it is practically anything has disappeared, but from XELT we had for a few years Loquendo, a company working in the field of natural language recognition. Loquendo now has been built by a US company named Nuance, again in the field of natural language recognition. And they are working a lot for clients around the world, because natural language recognition is a key to have code interacting with not technical people. The first application is a medical doctor, which is working in a department, maybe with an urgent case, and it is asking to the computer, please not important, find for me all the paper related to, I don't know, imagine a protein or a virus or something, and the computer understands and displays this immediately. It is a bit fantasy-simplistic, but not so much. We are very, very close to that. This is a declaration about Torino. Anyway, here you have a lot of interesting links. In the new year, close to NetLogo and Python, there will be a link, because I told you that it is under development a bridge allowing us to run NetLogo from Python. And this is very interesting, to use the capability of NetLogo and the strong structure of Python. So, in January, in the beginning of January, I will have online a new map, starting white and increasing, and it will be different. Close, sure, but different. Final part of these 10 hours of conversations. I hope we can discuss about ABM generating network analysis and going back to what? To actual life, because we are interested in understanding how our societies are working and developing. Discuss if you can use the production word that you saw both in NetLogo and in Python via SLAP is a metaphorical structure useful for, I don't know, other very different applications, having as a key point the idea that the intelligence of our model is within the order, so small unit of information going around, moving from one person or one structure to another person or to another structure. In any case, remember this paper that I have introduced to you in the first lesson of the first course, that of agent-based models. But now I call your attention on the scheme contained in figure 1 of this paper. This paper is published in another free journal, but serious one. Why serious one? Because papers are controlled by reviewers. This is the key point. It's also a limit, because reviewers can refuse novelties. But if you have no reviewers, you can also publish garbage. And this is not good for the collectivity. This journal is named Policy and Complex System Journal. This was the issue 1 of volume 1. Close in spring 2014. Now we are 4 years old. This is the 4th year. And the journal is receiving very interesting submissions. And enhancing IBM into an inevitable tool for policy analysis is a paper comparing different ways of doing models, so equation-based, agent-based, system analysis, and so on, having in mind something like that. Okay? First step, verify, define, and detail the problem. We have to create, today in the morning at 8 o'clock, I was discussing with a friend of mine how to try to modify the financial side of the second line of the underground of Torino. The ex-ante datum is that no public money is there. Stop. If we look for public money, the second line of the underground will be never constructed. So how to finance it? Verify, define, and detail the problem. The first step is the proposal of a research, a huge research, about defining the problem and detailing it. One of the possible ideas is to ask cars to pay to go in downtown. In London, they do that. In Milano, they do that. Using all the revenue to pay the new underground. Establish an S is missing here. You see, each paper contains at least 3 errors. The theorem of my friend mathematician. Establish evaluation criteria, sure. This is good, this is not good, this is wrong. Why? Third step, alternative policies. Fourth step, evaluate them. Display and distinguish among alternative policies, monitor the implemented policies, again, start again. And this is a round circle with internal branches. And our tools, I hope, can help a lot there. I hope, I'm not sure. But in background, you know that our master has 2 different purposes. To offer you tools and to ask you to keep in charge the idea that in any important problem, complexity is always there. A wonderful sentence from the Complexity Studies Institute in Santa Fe is that it's very dangerous to search for simple solutions to complex problems. As an example, what do you want an example? Migration problem in the US. Making a higher wall is not implied. Absolutely, it's very simple. It's very simple, but it's not implied. The analysis is not mine. If you go to the Santa Fe Institute and search for no simple solution for complex. Anyway, it is linked by all my mails. If you look to the signature of my mails, there is a link to this very short sentence from Santa Fe. So, we have two ideas in mind with this master, and the second one is to ask to everyone to take in consideration the complexity side of each real life problem. In every situation, simple situation exists, but they are quite rare. So, if someone of you want to discuss, I ask first of all to Nicholas to introduce some consideration, because I know we discuss it at night, always at night. You remember, mails by night. Or some one of you also by day, not only by night, by night. Interventions? No? Nicholas is only a night intervention.
A night angel.
A night angel is very good. I accept. Okay. Interventions, please. As an example about your research interest.
So what kind of discussion should we? It's difficult to choose the topic.
The topics are this one. ABM, network analysis and application. And if you have ideas in using the production metaphor for in other fields. These are the two issues. And I suggest you to have in mind this. As an example, to build a model of the underground of Torino, good idea is that to model each citizen of Torino using a recipe describing her his daily activity. Putting these virtual individuals in a network, actual network of transportation, and see the effect. A group of students of mine do that, but okay, sure. Okay.
Generate another network, I imagine, of interactions.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the network of states and everything, network of interactions.
Yeah.
Then we could study that using network analysis, for example.
Yeah. Yeah. We have ideas about applications.
Applications of.
I suggested you one about the background of Torino. It's a good example. Let me conclude.
Sorry, just change like the framework. For example, we can model and probably without an underlying structure, we could model how tweets are generated. I don't know how it could be possible to do that, but maybe generate different tweets, see how the agents collaborate, influence each other, generating tweets, and then study the network generated from the interaction.
Yeah, this is wonderful. I read two works about the presidential election in the US, the role of tweets in both cases, pro and against both candidates. Very, very
network
using tweets, and discovering the network, and also discovering the artificial bots working there. Very interesting. Now Nicholas. And then
No. Well, usually in software development, you try to express models by using notations. Usually you use some tool called Universal Modeling Language, UML, which is a lot of graphics like that one, but with specific properties. But the thing is that usually your counterpart doesn't know how to understand the graphical notation and also cannot figure it out how the whole system, the whole software will behave at some point. Maybe with a lot of concurrent users, maybe with strange behaviors. So I think that ABM could be used to improve that kind of notations to show how a whole system, software, users, servers, networks, real, well, wired networks, could behave in some certain conditions. So that way you could spend and you can save a lot of money and time doing a simple model about the software system and show to the client, to the related stakeholders before construct the whole thing, because that's a huge problem in software development. Usually you just iterate and fail, until you get a working solution. So with a model based on APMs and networks, maybe you can.
you're right. There is a few words about ABM and UML. Very few words. Works. And it is an interesting way.
But also there are also not only notations for software, but also for
Sure,
businesses
sure.
like BPM, business
Business
process.
process
Yeah. So
the business process models. And business process models is a wonderful field, not to be left only to organizing companies. It is in real life. Any action we do can be analyzed with business process modeling to simplify it, to avoid a lot of work that can be eliminated and useful work.
Well, and also the ABM can give another dimension, which is time. Usually that kind of notations are static about the time. And
I agree.
I
agree. Your intervention?
No, I was thinking of two things. Because if I think about ABM and network or emerging from the interaction among the agents, I'm thinking also about phenomena with some kind of spontaneous order or emergence. So
this is complexity.
And I was thinking, I like social capital things, and social capital also is an agent alone doesn't have it. So if you understand how that network evolved, depending on the heterogeneous characteristics of the agents, you can understand this kind of phenomenon. I don't know, thinking of something that can emerge. And also for other phenomena, I mean, adoptions or diffusion of innovations. For example, I remember bus model diffusion, and you could also the rate of adoption of certain technology or product also depends on the characteristics among the adopters, because why you choose this product or another depending on maybe the influence of some agent at the network that is built around to diffuse that adoption. Thinking of processes that can be related to emergence of networks and that influence.
Thanks. Very interesting. And you have we tried the idea of social capital, which is very important. It's a key element, very difficult to be studied. But it is the structure of the society. and you studying are generating social capital. Other interventions? Anyway, if you want to write me ideas or to put ideas in the cell, what can I write in the cell? Ideas. I will appreciate a lot. I will appreciate a lot. This is not a traditional work, solve this, but use the tools that you have here in the course, and especially in my lesson for they say for me, to extract ideas and proposals. Anyway, pay a bit of attention to this paper. It's very, very nice. Other questions? No? Okay, I stop here. This is the end of our conversation, 10 hours in agent-based model and 10 hours in network analysis with models. And we go for pizza, sure.